Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Might Magic 6, MAW, Nightmare Mood, Drew Nightmare, etc., etc.
All that jazz. So, when last we left... Is that not centered correct? This could be slightly larger. No, it can't. It just was off. It got moved slightly to the left for some reason. Alright. When last we left off, we had just finished up Kriegspire, it looks like. We have set a thing here. We need to start teleporting around, dropping down thingamabobbers. It is, unfortunately, after midnight, which is too bad. And what else do we need to do? Oops. So we've got the Cure for Slayer's Silver Tongue quest progressed. We can return to Ozric Temper for that quest. Go to Castle Sharp. So let's just start meandering around. Did I already cast the spell? Okay, we already have the thing for Kriegspire. So we're going to pop up to Whitecap. We are going to go turn in the quest here. We're going to pop over to... I haven't gotten rid of the Iron Fist one yet already, did I? Okay. And we can go to Freehaven, turn this quest in. We already got the thing done, right? Play Master, yes. Leather Mastery as well. For the council will actually do something for once. Okay, we have 9 levels, which isn't too shabby. So, did we place the statue in Kriegspire? I think probably. I have any other? Don't think I have any other thingers to do. Let's see here. Oh, this is crazy powerful, right? AC and Might. This is just AC, we can toss this. Alright, I think the next thing that we're going to do, basically just to check the meta, is I think we are going to do bodybuilding next. So I think we're going to just spend a level pumping points into bodybuilding. And by a level, I mean 10 levels. What day is it today? It's still July. It's not quite August yet. It is Wednesday night. Okay, we need to go to Wilbur Humphrey. Oops. Do we still have... We don't... Still have the teleporter to Iron Fist, which means that we have to go back to Whitecap, unfortunately. It's a pain in the ass, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, we're going to rotate back over there and get that done. Because think that's the quest that leads to the... Am I correct? How does the plot of this game work again? It's tempting to wait and just do it next week. Because if I wait a week, that will put me to the next month. And if I'm in the next month, then when I go over there, I can do some other stuff as well, because then I can do. Well, I guess I could just get the. I guess I'll just do both. It's fine. It's fine. I can just talk to, because I can talk to the kid. I don't need to. It's fine. So let's cure weakness. I don't have to have the kid actually show up where he needs to be the second that I do it. It's just I just prefer to. So I really wish that this place was that the thing stayed done, because it is annoying. Make sure that we actually have Guardian Angel. So we are a lot stronger now. And I believe it's the east side here. I'm correct. All right. But yeah, I should have counted how many of those things there are, because if I know how many of them there are, figuring out the order shouldn't be terribly difficult. It's interesting. There's only one here. Did I not click the pedestal? Okay, perfect. So we now have Silvertongue's Cure done. Oh right, how do I even get rid of Nikolai? I think he'll go away, I think, when I do either an area transition or some other thing. Okay, so that's good to know. Entertain Nikolai, bring the letter detailing the trees into the council. Okay. Hopefully I actually have the letter. It would fall on the ground or something. Do not believe you've won. Okay, so we still need to do the price fixing quest before we can get the next piece of the Oracle thing done. So where do we want to go next? Give me a second. I'm going to take a look at a map. it has been a while since I played. So we've done Mire the Damned, we've done Frozen Highlands, Freehaven, Bootleg, Iron Fist, Silver Cove. We've done Eel Infested Waters. I should have 3 of those things. Okay, I do have 3 of them. Okay. I was like, wait a minute, don't I only have 2 of those? Okay. So we did Eel Infested Waters. So we've done the entire east half of the map. So at this point, the only things that we have left to do are Hermit's Isle, Dragon Sand, and Sweetwater. Wow, we are almost done. Huh. That's good to know. Okay, so Hermit's Isle is going to be a bit spooky. Do I have anything I can do right now? So we... Sweetwater Creek, Spire Dragons... Okay, so I should have 2 left, yeah? It does look like I just have 2, so those are done. It's also funny because the particular map that I'm looking at, all the places that I've been to are blue on this map, and all the places that I haven't been to are red. That was kind of fun. Let's see. It's weird because it's supposed to be places in red do not contain towns, but Dragon Sand contains a town. So that's like, it's weird that this is labeled the way that it is. Let's see here. So we have Mire to go to, we have Hermit's Isle, we have Dragon Sand. It is tempting to bring Nikolai to Dragon Sand. I think that would be pretty funny. It'd be funny, but I don't think I want to go to Dragon Sand next. Maybe I should go to Dragon Sand next. How do we feel about Dragon Sand? I think we feel concerned about Dragon Sand. So I have 9 levels on me right now. Hermit's Isle. Hermit's Isle is generally faster. Can I even finish Dragon Sand, actually? Is that possible? Do I need a key or something? Or is the key that you find in Dragon Sand the key? I think that's probably it. It's probably that you find a key in Dragon Sand that gets you into the control center. Yeah. The Dragon Sand thing would get you into the control center, not the other way around. You don't have blasters in Dragon Sand. Okay. So... then you get the blasters, and then you go to Sweetwater. Okay, so we could go to Dragon Sand next. I don't really want to because I want to go to Dragon Sand with the bodybuilding thing. We can go to Hermit's Isle, but we can't take the boat to Hermit's Isle yet. So, do I want to... I'm trying to think of if there's any other stuff that I can do to get me to 6 o'clock. And there probably is, actually. I probably have some stuff that I can just turn in to people, right? Or have I already done all of those? Still haven't found a body magic thing, have Yeah, I still haven't found an item of body magic, which is pretty rough. Pretty rough. I guess I don't need this map up anymore. I can close this and reopen chat. What am I doing? Oh, right, I'm supposed to be telling people when I go live, aren't I? That's the thing. I should just have this link available to me whenever I need it. Save things. Okay. That's not. Oh, that's it. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. That didn't do what I wanted to do. There we go. There we go. Okay, sorry. The best content is me just... Okay. So, yes, I have done that. Now, next on our agenda, do I have anything in my inventory that I can move into anywhere? The gongs. I can try to find the gong person. I have at least one. Can I play it? I can. Okay, well, never mind. We don't need to get rid of the gong, then. This can't be played, right? Yeah. Hey, Malekith, how's it going? Let's see. If you're still looking for someone to help you troubleshoot the multiplayer thing, I can try to do that at some point later today if I have time. I've been fairly busy this week, so but I didn't see anybody respond. So, let's see. What do I want to do? I might have to go. I might have to go running off to Hermit's Isle without training. I think we might just have to walk to Hermit's Isle. Because if I can kill a few hours... What? Oh, okay, we need to reload for that, actually. Shit, I didn't save. I accidentally hit the R button, which triggered Nikolai to go running off. Let's see here. Did I do anything while I was here yet? No, I don't think I've done anything yet. Let's see. So the things left to do are fix the prices at the stables and go to Hermit's Isle, go to Dragon Sand, and do Sweetwater and the control center basically. So The problem is that it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I need to find something. It's not even 3 o'clock in the morning. I need to find something to do in order to be able to access training or the stables, with the stables being the more important of the two. Let's see, 2.5 hours to burn through. I can't go off selling stuff. I honestly, I feel like I might just have to walk to Hermit's Isle. It's funny because I wouldn't. Going to Hermit's Isle takes, I think, 1 day by boat. So I'm gonna, but it's gonna take like 5 days to walk there. But according to the rules of the run, unless I can figure out something to do for the next several hours, I think we might be stuck doing that. The reason that I'm in my inventory is because it would just be killing time if I wasn't in my inventory, which again it's not allowed. So, is there any productive stuff that I can do right now? I don't know that there is. Oh, we didn't bring the letter to the council. We need to do that. All right, so we'll bring the letter to the council. That kills 15 in-game minutes. Then okay. So now we're gonna save. What else do we have left to do? Wait, there isn't a thing that summons enemies in Kriegspire, is there? Did I forget to do a thing in Kriegspire? I think I did, actually. I think this summons a bunch of... Okay, I forgot to do a thing in Kriegspire. It's not a huge deal, because we've used resources but haven't actually done anything with any of them. So I like to make sure that I use all of the enemy spawners at least once when I am doing these runs. I wish that all of the enemy spawners had like a specific and finite number of spawns that I knew. So where are they? I thought they spawned up here. I have done this one. Okay, they do spawn here. Are those all energy drinks? I'm gonna see if I can just burn through them. It is interesting, though. Like, it seems like it's particularly strong enemies that seem to sometimes not track. I don't notice it as much with lower level enemies. Because that attack clearly didn't track. It just shot to my left. So I wonder what's going on with that. Okay, well that killed close to an in-game hour, which is nice. Let's see, anything else that we have to do that I haven't remembered to do? I don't think the teleporter is going to help me at all. So We have... Oh, you know what? I should have... Do I have Perception mastered? I don't have Perception mastered. So we need to go to the Mire of the Damned and look for the Perception master. So we do have stuff to do. Great. Great. We have skill training things to do. Master... Shit, I found them immediately. Okay, save the game. How are we doing? Master, weapons, master. Weapons. I could actually pick up mastery with leather. That's not a bad idea. I already have master spear, mace, and all the things. I don't have master for staff, but I'm probably not going to be using that. I could pick up disarm trap expert and master with everybody, just so that I don't have to worry about it as much. But because I'm going to really high-level areas, that doesn't matter as much. Because I still need to have the gloves on, I think. Let's see here. Okay, let's go with leather next. So we're going to pop over to Mist. Back. Go find the leather person. It's a spear. Prepare expertise. Everybody's already an expert in this, right? Yes. Expert staff. Might as well. Are you leather? Yes, you are. Perfect. Okay, we're going to become an expert and a master in leather in all of the plate users. So, plate isn't very good for dealing with magic damage. So, there isn't probably going to be a real, usage case where I'm going to take up so much inventory space on having a secondary set of leather armor for all these characters. But it is optimal to do so. When you're fighting a bunch of dragons and things like that, everyone should be wearing leather optimally. Let's see here. So mastery is in Frozen Highlands. I have no idea where the master leather is. Is the person with master leather... I think the person in master leather is actually next to the mace person. I think that's where they are, so we're going to head there. So we have a couple more hours to kill. That's expert. Okay, well, I was wrong. Shit. I already typed this, right? Yes. Uh-huh. They might be in the south, but I'm going to check the rest of the buildings in the north here for... actually, no, I can just head south because I can teleport back north. So, we're going to pop down here. We're going to pick up... Oh, wait, no, the master leather person is on the other side of this thing. Yes. There we go. Perfect. So, we've got master leather. So now everybody has both leather and plate mastery. We don't need to worry about chain. Chain is largely just not a relevant skill. Let's see. Let's see here. So we have full mastery here. What else do we need? Got perception up. We've got merchant to master. Identifies master already. I guess I could pop over to do that. Silver Cove is staff. We're going to go get mastery of staff just for the hell of it. I saw that person's name and I saw like Kylon, which I think Kylon is like a cabbage or something. But it's Kylion. It's a different name. I'm sure someone somewhere is named Kylon too, but it is immediately recognizable to me as a vegetable. Well, I mean, the fact that I don't know the map very well is killing us lots of time. I remember certain things very well because I've been using them constantly for however many years. And then other things, it's like Master Staff. This is a skill I have never obtained. Where is it? I forgot to recast haste. Not that it matters. We don't need to recast it again. Where is the staff user? Are they not even in town? I guess I could see a world where they're not even in town. This is light magic. That's a kid. This is body and finger magic. Middle, maybe? Is it right next to the entrance? No. Okay, I think I'm gonna check this house over here. Well, let's check this one first. The master staff trainer just living in a lighthouse? No, he's a quartermaster. Okay. I don't think there are any other houses here, so presumably, where on earth is this person? I did read that correctly, right? Yeah, I read it. I read it right. So that's repair expertise. I don't think I saw that last time, so I don't think I came into this alley. Master learning. I would kind of expect learning. Like, I would expect this drag to be where they all are. The most sense. Because this is mind. Jesus Christ, it's already after 6. Well, who knew that trying to find the staff trainer would kill this much time? Have I even gotten all of the things that I want? There's Master Merchant. Reputation is another thing that I didn't find before. How did I miss that house? I went in here. It's funny how many houses I miss when I'm just wandering around. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't actually need it. It's tempting, but I'm also lazy. Okay, so... Okay. Okay, so... Pop over here. We're fixing the price of stables. Okay. So, go to Blackshire. Stable here is here. Okay. Whitecap. Does Whitecap even have a stable? Probably, right? Yeah. Okay. Are there 2 stables in Whitecap or just 1? I think there's just the... I don't think the south side has its own stable. It's going pretty well, Zebrafinch. It's going pretty well. My quasi-mammalian individual. Going pretty well. So we're going to Kriegspire. Doing the price fixing here. So we need to head to New Sorpigal. Oh, actually, the price fixing quest on its own would have taken a bunch of time because I have to actually go to Castle Ironfist, which requires going through the portal thing. Alright, we can Lloyd's to... No, we don't Lloyd's. Where are we going? Right. We're going to TP up to Whitecap. We'll check to make sure there isn't a second stable here while we're here, and then we have to go through the portal again. And we will do all of this despite the fact that it means we're going to have to make yet another trip over there in a week. I should have trained before doing this quest, probably. Just to make things nice. Let's see here. I don't think there's a stable in the south section. Doesn't look good. Curry ketchup. I'm wondering if curry ketchup is what they call a thing that they just call chili here, but chili is very extremely non-specific as a term. Let's just say there's a lot of things that are called... there are a lot of things here that they call chili. Let's see. Got that one. Okay, I'm just gonna jump straight to this. There we go. We will recast Guardian Angel. Oh, interesting. Let's see. What is it? Darkness. They don't just like have a product for that? I'm not sure what I'm not even sure what's in like chili the sauce here. Weirdly enough, I don't actually know. Because it's like ketchup adjacent. right? It's kind of like a hot sauce. I'd honestly, I would have. Why did I come here? Oh, right, I need to go to this table. It's kind of like a hot sauce. I mean, it's basically a hot sauce, I think. No, when I'm talking chili, I'm not talking about chili con carne. Chili con carne is also called chili here, but they usually will specifically say chili con carne. Because there's too many other things that also mean chili. Right now I'm talking about like a specific, like, it's a condiment that is used here in Singapore. And everyone just calls it chili. I don't know what it is. Other than some sort of hot sauce, probably. I say hot sauce. Hot sauce it's a condiment, right? It is spicy, but it's not. I don't think that it doesn't. It serves the function of ketchup, but it's spicy. Let's see here. Is that all of them? That might be all. We'll find out if that's all of them. No, I didn't do Meyer. Let's see. Did not do Meyer. There we go. So, is that all of them? We will find out. Because if we've got all these done, then we can train up, head back to Meyer the Damned to pick up Nikolai, drop Nikolai back off. Thought you'd never finish. It's like it's been 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. Calm down. Okay, so we've got that done. That should, in theory, mean that we have access to do there. We're gonna head over to Free Haven, and now we can start turning in the thingamabobbers. Yeah, Singapore has some great schools. Doesn't have a lot of schools, but it has several great ones. I guess two. It has two great ones. They're basically in the same place. Which school are you trying to get into? I don't remember which ones of these I have. I have 3 of them. FCD schools design. Oops. I'm not familiar with that one. I might be familiar with that one vaguely, but I'm not in particularly familiar with it. I'm wondering if it's a subgroup of one of the larger schools, or if it's because I think that it's okay. Interesting. That entrepreneurial spirit in Singapore. Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that school in particular. I might have heard of it. There's a lot of 3-letter acronyms in Singapore. So it's very likely that I have in fact heard it. Heard the name. There's a lot of... What is going on with this? Is it just me, or is everything inversed right now? Isn't that supposed to come up, not down? Like, everything started on, I think? Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. So, we finished up here, I believe. So we can now go train. We're eligible for 92. That's it. sure. I should play more of like the earlier games. Like I should maybe start with like 3 or 4, just to like get an idea for the overarching setting, because I just don't understand a lot about like I'm fairly knowledgeable about Enroth, but not well. Okay, that's not true. I'm not really that knowledgeable about Enroth, but I'm fairly knowledgeable about Might and Magic's 6 and 7's world, those areas specifically in the specific time period. But I don't really know that much about the like overarching sci-fi plot that runs through the entire setting, because I think that's more heavily emphasized in like the earlier games. In the earlier games, the sci-fi elements are stronger than they are in the later ones, I think. So where was I going? Let's train in Blackshire, I guess. Yeah, unfortunately I can't play the original because my brain explodes when I hear the noises that come out of that game. I started playing one of the games, I think like... Okay, so Nikolai did disappear while we were resting. Apparently he didn't want to just hang out while we were training. It is now August. August is Mire the Damned month. So, let's pop over to Mire the Damned. We will cast Fly. Well, I should have cast Fly first. We will cast Fly. We will pop over to the circus, which is northeast. I really like grid-based dungeon crawlers, weirdly enough. I haven't played that many of them, but I do enjoy them. There's something enjoyable about them. I think that I enjoyed the older ones more. Like, when I was a kid, I enjoyed the ones that I played back then more than I enjoy the ones that I play now, that are, like, modern. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Would you believe I got lost? These nice people were taking me home? No, I guess I wouldn't either. It's time we got back to the castle then. You rascal! Okay, so, unfortunately, that means that we now need to go back to Whitecap. We're going to have to walk. Let's see. I don't even remember the name of the game that I played a lot when I was a kid. It was like a game where there was like one dungeon in town. And I think it was just the one dungeon. And you were just descending into the dungeon. And weirdly, it's actually got a premise that's very anime. Like there's a lot of animes, I think, that have a similar premise, where it's like, the demon lords in the one, basement dungeon or whatever. This is interesting, actually, the parallel there. But way before I think that trend had picked up. Certainly in the whoops. Shit, do I have to restart? I might have to restart. Okay, I'm gonna just head back over. Okay. No, we do need to. Okay. Is that the last one we needed? Yes. Recast this. Let's see. Please. Please let me type. Okay. Okay, so we can turn in Nikolai. We can bring Nikolai back to their house. But yeah, I'm tempted to get into a lot of those older games, but I don't know. I am very lazy. Thanks for bringing me home. I owe you a favor. You certainly do, child. Okay, can't thank you enough for uncovering the horrible traitor. Woot. Behooves me to offer free use of the royal yacht. Take you as far as Hermit's Isle if need be. Let's go. Yeah. For me, the problem is that I have to figure out, like, I still haven't fully adjusted to figuring out how to, like, balance what kind of stuff I should be streaming, what kind of stuff I should be, like, saving for playing with my wife, and what stuff I should be doing by myself. I still haven't really figured that out. I always feel a little guilty anytime I do something just by myself. Like, when I'm playing a game by myself, it's just very, like, oh, why am I doing a game by myself? I could be making content out of this. But then also, a lot of the games that I would play by myself, probably not too many people who watch my stuff would want to watch. So there's that. That's the thing. There's utility in having some degree of brand identity. Where it's like, yes, if you come to this live stream, you will get something that you actually want to watch. So I'm going to see what happens if I just pump all my points into bodybuilding. That is 1900. So that's about a 50% increase to max HP for Ashcore. That's not terrible. Let's go ahead and do the same here. This is something that I am just going to do. I'm not even going to worry too much about it. We've got 1,500! Let's see. Oh, I've always got 100 games on my list of things that I should be playing, but I'm not actually playing because I'm not playing anything. Let's see. I actually just started playing Eternites, which is perfectly serviceable. It's fine so far. It's like an action, like, RPG kind of thing. It's basically like if you took like a modern Persona game and you took like Devil May Cry and you took those two things and then you stripped them down to the bare minimum of what makes them what they are, and you combine them. And that's the way that I would probably describe Eternites. So it's like a fairly basic game. The combat system is functional but not amazing. The other mechanics are functional but nothing like that crazy in depth. Like, as an indie project, which I assume it's an indie project, it's one person? No. Is it a single? If it's a single person, because I don't look at like any of the media or anything or like the dev posts for games that I'm playing because I don't want to get spoilers. So if this is a project that was made by one person, that's actually incredibly impressive. It depends. Well, the art is very like these are models that came with the software that you're using, kind of models, right? Where it's like, I think I've seen this NPC before, right? Like, so the graphics to me very much do read like stock models that have been maybe like a little bit tweaked. So I don't know if they would need to necessarily, but there's probably other people involved. Surely at some point there was some freelance work that had to be done, but maybe not. Either way, like, I was thinking, okay, if this was made by 20 people, right, then it's perfectly serviceable, right? if it was made by one person who occasionally subcontracted out some work, that's very impressive, because the combat system works, right? It accomplishes the objective that it's supposed to accomplish. It all's functional, which is more than I can say for most action RPGs. It's not more than I can. So yeah, so I've been playing that with my wife, and we've been enjoying it. And what other stuff have I been wanting to play? Baldur's Gate 3 is on my list of games to get around to playing eventually, but I'm not playing that unless I'm playing it multiplayer. I just find it too irritating to try to play it solo. Let's see. What else is on my list? I started playing Sea of Stars, and I will probably finish it eventually. Let's see. If you're going to play any of them, Planescape Torment is definitely the one to play. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are pretty good, though. They're not the same... I would say they're not the same style of game as Planescape Torment. Planescape Torment is basically... It's fairly unique. The only game that I've played that's similar to Planescape Torment is probably Disco Elysium. Like, that's the only game that I've ever played that's in the same genre. Well, there's another game that I started playing that I think Patrick Rothfuss has been involved in it at some point. But when I was playing it, it was too buggy for me. There was some quest that broke fairly early on. What was that game? Yeah, Disco Elysium is very interesting. I started Disco Elysium, and the time period that I started playing Disco Elysium, I was way too sensitive to be able to finish it. It was just so depressing. Listening to the what is she, like, the liberal on the yacht, with her just talking about, we betrayed the revolution, and I feel sometimes a little bad about it, but mostly don't. But hearing like all the lore of the revolution was just so fucking depressing. It was so depressing that I'm like, look, I'm not emotionally prepared to finish this game right now. That paired with how bad I was, like, I got such bad luck with pulling the body down. I ended up, like, because, like, basically every time you add, like, a new modifier that will help you, you can, like, you can try again. And I tried, like, 5 times, I think. And one of those times I had, like, a 70-some% chance of success. And I failed all of them. So I think on the first day I couldn't even bring the body down. It was so rough. But yeah, emotionally I wasn't prepared for a game that was that dark. And I think that I need to get back into it. I'm not sure if I want to stream it or not. I probably should, because otherwise some people will track me down and murder me in my sleep. So that's a concern. I have a real life friend who will be like, wait, you didn't record this? How dare you? How dare you not record this? The other thing that I need to do, I need to finish, what is that game called? It's the Epidemic Simulator, or the Pandemic. The other thing, it's not Phasmophobia. It's Pathologic. There we go. Yeah, Pathologic. I need to do Pathologic. And there's a lot of stuff that's on the radar that I need to do. And occasionally I get around to doing some of it, and occasionally I finish something, but at least in theory. Okay, so we have finally finished up here. I don't even know that it matters. I don't know if we can go to Hermit's Isle on this particular day. I have not read Perdido Street Station, no. Interesting. I'm gonna write that down because I've been looking for new authors and new books recently. Street Station. 21 days? Well, fuck that. No, I'm gonna walk. Why would it take 20? It would take less time to walk there from here, wouldn't it? Give me a second. Wouldn't it take? It would take 20 days to walk. Why does it take 21 days? Why does it take so long? Ooh, there's sea monsters that slow you down because you have to not go through their nest or they'll kill you all. Okay, so what are we doing? We found all the memory crystals. Oh, shit. Is this going to cause a problem that these are locked in my thing now? Hopefully not. It's fine. We can town portal back to... I guess we don't town portal. Let's... Oh, wait. Before we do anything else, we are town portaling to Freehaven. We're going to the Guild of the Mind, and we're looking for telekinesis. Telekinesis is the Guild of the Mind up north, actually? Is this the Guild of the Mind? No. So, if we don't get telekinesis, that's fine, but I would prefer to find it. Do we have Cure Insanity on everybody? You don't have it on you? Perfect. So there's 2 copies, right? Let's go. Did I actually buy the second copy? No. Oh, right. I should probably sell some stuff, huh? Ooh, increases the effect of dark spells. That's great. I definitely need something that increases the effect of dark spells. Sarcasm? Maybe never. Already know that. I guess I should probably sell some of my garbage. Telekinesis. Let's go. Yeah. I remember like looking at a map that my DM had, and he was talking about how long it would take to get from one place to another by boat. And I was like, wait, what? How big is this place? Because I'm like, and then that led to a whole conversation about how like the map was created that we don't need to go into, but it was like, oh shit, you commissioned this and then somebody just stole the thing. It's like, whoa, wow, okay. Anyway, it was like a whole thing. But it's interesting how like boat travel works sometimes. Okay, let's go just sell at the place that we can sell those words. Okay, so sell. Don't need dark magic. What we really need is light magic. That's really high. It's on a necklace, which isn't great, but... Ooh, that's so much. Poison and weakness immunity, I don't think is worth putting an elven cloak on. 4. Sleep and unconsciousness, we definitely need to keep. AC quick. now. I don't know when I would use it, but we're going to hold on to it for now. Pack rat mead. Oh. Yeah, well, the premise, I think, of a novel is fairly minor in comparison to what you do with it. I think that the most, especially because the other thing is that, like, especially if you're talking about like older works, a lot of like older stuff, if you were to say the premise to someone today, they'd be like, oh, well, that's a fairly basic premise. And it's like, well, it wasn't until this person created an entire genre of people who are copying this exact premise. Right? Like, every really, like, radically new and interesting, like, extremely successful piece of work, not every, but a large number of them, end up becoming a cliche, right? Because they get copied so much the second that they create it, right? So, yeah. Yeah, I'm far more interested, generally, in, like, I'm interested in basically the author having something interesting to say and it being written in a way that I just find personally enjoyable. Because there's a lot of stuff that's like very well written that just isn't my thing. Like, I think that I'm a much more impatient reader than I used to be when I was younger, I think, in a lot of ways. But, you know, I have the things that I like, and I like to read them. But I also, you know, it's like fairly important to me that, you know, if I'm going to be reading a book from an author, I want to like the authorial voice. We're having a dialogue, and I have to like the person that I'm talking to. I don't have to like the subject that we're talking about, right? Like the protagonists and all those kinds of people, I don't give a shit if your protagonist is likable. I give a shit about whether you, the author, are likable by me reading your book. I pay a lot of attention to framing and stuff like that. Like, you know, what are the implications of what you have written here about the way that you think about the world? Let's see. Yeah, the writing style of Disco Elysium is really, really very enjoyable for me. It tickles me in a very significant way. So I'll definitely take a look at it and see. See how I enjoy it. Because yeah, I was so into Disco Elysium. The problem with Disco Elysium was not me not enjoying it. The problem was I enjoyed it too much. Which is a crazy thing to say, but it's true, right? When you're dealing with like an emotional piece of work, sometimes you can just not. You can be like, okay, yeah, I can't handle this degree of emotionality right now. God, I need to get back into Disco Elysium. You just replay Planescape Torment, and then once you finish Planescape Torment, you go back to Disco Elysium. That's the way to do it. Okay, so bodybuilding is getting 760, 472, and 530. So we're getting a huge bonus from bodybuilding. Now then, I think we are largely prepared. The Decks of Fate, I'm not going to use. I'm just going to keep them held in my inventory for the rest of the game because I don't want to use them until December, I think. And it's not December, and it's never going to be December because we're going to finish the game before December. Does this make any sense? Is this a coherent way to play a video game? Absolutely not, but look, this is just how things work. We have a bunch of horseshoes that we should probably use. We're going to go to... I'm not going to go to Blackshire and be silly. I'm going to go to Kriegspire, which is actually adjacent. Is it? No, Kriegspire isn't adjacent. What am I thinking? I need to go to the other place. The reason that I got telekinesis in the first place. Okay, Paradise Valley. We don't need the thinger for Paradise Valley after this, I don't think. We can just get rid of it, probably. But I'm going to hold on to it for now, as long as I can. I can't believe the travel time is 21 days on that boat. I should have just walked over to the place then. We're going to quickly use telekinesis to... Oh, wait, we can't, because we will blow it up. I should have gotten Master Disarm. I forgot the rules for a second. Well, maybe it's not trapped. Maybe it's not trapped. Why would it be trapped? It's too far away to actually hurt you, so why would they bother trapping it, right? That's the angle I'm going to go with. We'll see. Are you trapped? If it's trapped, I am reloading. Let's see. It's not trapped. It has garbage in it. It's just full of garbage. Okay, now we're heading over to Hermit's Isle. And in Hermit's Isle, we will be dealing with a couple of particularly powerful enemy types. We're going to have Titans to deal with, and that's it. So we have a couple of powerful enemy types. We have Titans and Ellipses. Now, I think the Hydras are fine. Everything is going to be fine in Hermit's Isle. So let's go with pre-Hermit. Just because I've done so much since. And it takes 5 days to get there. We will cast our power. We have the gods. Now this dungeon, unlike the previous area, or this area unlike the previous area, is a place that I can actually deal with. It's tempting to just walk. I don't know. I've never really walked. I'm not walking anywhere. Let's see here. Let's save this. Let's see. What else do we need to cast? We need to cast protection from electricity. We need to cast protection from cold. We need to cast protection from magic. We need to cast protection from poison. And we only have 5 hours of haste. Okay. So, this is a Supreme Titan. So, goal is going to be to try to dive the Supreme Titan and kill it before it kills anybody. That is pretty fast, actually. Okay. The sea monsters probably can barely hurt me at this point. Like, an enemy that wasn't one-shotting me when I had 200 max HP on my person is likely not going to touch me now. So, the biggest threat is the Supreme Titans just insta-giving me. We can protect... there isn't another one, is it? There isn't. That's the biggest concern that we have right now. But even that isn't a huge concern with as much earth magic as we have. We've got like crazy amounts of resistance. Okay. I need to ask my wife when she's going overseas, actually. She's got some sort of a event that she's going to have to go overseas for. I should set up an actual stream event for that. That would be fun. Just like, my wife's gone, let's get depressed with Disco Elysium. God, I don't even... Would I want to play Disco Elysium when my wife's out of town? I don't even know. I don't know that I'd want to play something that interesting when she's out of town, because I'd want to talk to her about it when she gets home from work. Maybe not Disco Elysium. Maybe we'll do something else. Let's see. But something I've been meaning to do, I should definitely make the time for while she's gone. Okay. Oh, right, I should probably cast... Wow, I didn't ever pick that spell up on. So I'm gonna go... We're taking a pretty sizable amount of damage from these. My ability to just brute force tank these is pretty high, but when I get too many of them all at once, the problem that I'm running into is that the ratio of what I can handle in the moment to how much I can handle regenerating through is very different. Before... If I could just not die, I was pretty much set. But now I have so much max HP that I can actually comfortably survive a lot of fights that I can't maintain for long periods. It's a different problem. So we should be fine here. Interestingly enough, the nobles can only one-shot like one person at a time, as long as I don't have multiple noble titans on me. So honestly, I'm feeling fairly comfortable right now. Sorry, not the noble titans, the supreme titans. The biggest concern with the supreme titans is that one's gonna one-shot my my healer, or not my healer, my flyer before I can get to where I'm going. So basically, I just don't have the ability to lifesteal back up, and I just get like burned through. But we're like fully out of control now. This is the point where we have enough HP to comfortably survive all this garbage. We just need to have more lifesteal, and that's a terrifyingly strong position to be in. We don't even have lifesteal weapons yet, so this is with no lifesteal weapons except for on the one party member who has the least amount of actual damage throughput. $1088. Holy shit. Okay. Sea Monster's Toast. Sea Serpent's Toast. Sea Serpent's Toast. Let's go. So, we've cleared through this. We're just plowing through this island. Holy shit. Honestly, I think this is the easiest time that we've had with Hermit's Isle in a long time. Like, I'm not even pulling out of this. I should be single pulling the Hydras, and instead I'm diving the Titans. This is an insane way to handle this. This is so inefficient. But that's just how cocky I am right now. Now, obviously, there wasn't a Supreme Titan there, but look at this. We're going to end up with more resources than we started with. Truly mad. Okay. Cure poison. Okay. Let's go. No problem. 1102? Let's go. Okay, let's cure that poison. Just fucking plowing through this area. Holy shit. So, with the dragons, we'll have to deal with energy damage. So, we're going to take a lot more damage once we start dealing with dragons. But let's see. Ooh, hello. That's a pair of the highest tier. We're potentially going to have to blow through a bunch of resources with this if things go badly. I'm going to recast our power now. Also, if they get an instant death proc, the person that they get instant death proc on also loses all of their mana. So it looks like they're rotating opposite directions, so we're only going to have to deal with one of them at a time. Okay, let's rotate the one that we've got. Well, no, we can't do that. It's good. Okay. But luckily we also have so much damage right now that we don't have to just eat attacks for days from the Supreme Titans. We only need to last through like 3 or 4 attacks. And the probability of getting insta-gibbed on any of those particular attacks is not super high. So this. Easy peasy. Okay. Unfortunately, this is not an area that you're terribly likely to get super great gear from. As like a late game zone, there's not that many Titans in it, and I think only Supreme Titans actually drop particularly great stuff. I could be wrong. Could be wrong on that. It might be both the higher tiers of Titans that do. So I'm not expecting too much here, but we'll find out. Got dagger. Plate armor. Yeah, nothing too crazy, I say, as I get a Grand Poleaxe of the Dragon. Let's see. It's a Poleaxe, don't need to worry about it. Alright, we have another Supreme Titan over here. We have this Hydra over here. I'm going to let this rotate off of the mountain, hopefully. I would be very surprised if we get through this entire section without anybody getting killed But we have the ability to cast Raise Dead with 3 people, so it's not a huge deal if somebody dies. It's a thing we can undo. Okay, how are we doing? We're gonna rotate off the map. Okay, those are already basically off the map. I'm gonna dive this one over here. This is probably a bad idea. The other reason that these sea serpents are so bad for me is just that they don't have any HP. So I don't... Every time I go up to hit a target, I'm not life-stealing much back. I'm just kind of like tagging them and then I'm moving again, as opposed to sitting there like in the high like HP regen environment for a while. It's like 3 hits and you're cleared. It's kind of how things work. We need to get out of here. We're not gonna eat attacks from the fucking side there while we're trying to plow through these. That's not healthy. Okay, we need to... And of course, Nalira's basically just completely invulnerable to harm at this point. The amount of HP that Nalira has is incompatible with the sheer volume of resistance that Nalira has. Way too many effects all at the same time, reducing the damage by a percentage, and then, oh yeah, by the way, once it's reduced to its minimum value, it's like, okay, let's subtract 80 from the modified figure. So she's basically untouchable, and that's great. A little bit out of control. Okay, once we clear through this section, I think I'm going to go track down some more Hydras. Or you. That'll work too. I do think that I'm life-stealing faster than Titans can burn through me in small numbers. It's just that the... before... the problem we were running into was getting burst down. So the problem we had was, what if the enemy just hits you so hard that you're dead and then you can't lifesteal anymore? It basically comes down to action economy, because once the first person goes down, it reduces your healing throughput, etc., etc. Whereas now, because nobody's ever going down for long periods of time, I'm not at risk of being burst. So since I'm not getting burst down, there's not like, okay, well, you know, there's like a 1 in 6 chance of the same person getting hit for like enough combined damage over 3 hits that they go down, at which point my passive healing is halved, and all of my healing is being dedicated into recovering from that I have left, which means that all of the damage that's being focused now into the other targets makes it much more likely for someone to get burst down. From that point forward. Yeah, had to happen eventually. The instant death procs are This is a darkness sword with 2 other effects in addition. We are going to find a place for it in our inventory. Let's see. We'll leave Pelennor on for now. I'm going to think about coming back to that. Let's clear out some of these. But now that we have more space to play with, we can also do some other stuff. I need to pay attention to my haste now. I can't recast our power, so we're recasting haste manually from now on. Which has like half the duration or something like that. Okay. Okay, this is perfectly serviceable. Get some mana back off of this, get some HP back off of this. There we go. So, unfortunately, that sword that we found that's a Sword of Darkness is a 2-handed Sword of Darkness. So, it's not going to be... it's probably not going to be that useful for me. 2-hand swords are not... 2-handers in this game are generally not that great. There's an argument for... potentially using 2-handed swords on and I think that there's a very solid argument to be made that serifs with 2-handed swords would be very deadly. Because 2-handed swords, swords do increase attack speed with points put into them. So swords are a fairly good combination for them. The only problem is that they wouldn't be able to whatchamacallit, use a shield, and I really like the damage reduction on shield that shields give. So, oh shit. Oh great, the person who, okay, I had forgotten about that. I have immunity to instant death on the target that I can't have die instantly, so we're fine, actually. The one person who we absolutely cannot allow to just die is Nilira. Because if Nilira dies, then I fall out of the sky. And falling out of the sky is bad. It's bad to fall out of the sky. But I have immunity to that effect on Nilira, so I forgot about that. So yeah, Nilira's perfectly set, which does mean that I should be checking all these items, because some of these might end up having immunity to instant death as an effect. And if I can get immunity to instant death as an effect, that's going to save me so much mana over time on the 2 characters that are getting their mana drained to 0, and then I don't have any way of getting the mana back. Nilira regens every time she attacks someone. These other people do not have anything that cool. I'm going to try to dive you. It's parried, so no more death. Okay. Shit ton of hydras here. There is a limit to how many hydras I can handle. But because they're melees, they are like fully best case scenario for an endgame enemy for me. Where they maximize my ability to just like lifesteal off of them. Because they all walk to me. So there's very few wasted attacks. It's all golden. Alright. Let's kick this. We've cleared out a very solid chunk of Hermit's Isle already. Not too shabby. We can clear out the unnatural aging that we've picked up over time, which is nice. Don't know if I can take this already. Okay, that is a Titan over there. It's specifically a Supreme Titan. There's 2 Supreme Titans. We instantaneously get procced twice on. That's not nice. That's unkind of you. Please. Cast power here. Okay. Cannot allow you to go down, please. Okay. That was spooky. We don't have our thing up, so we can die to excessive damage as well. That is a fucking crazy dagger, actually. I'm gonna hold on to this dagger. Toss this. And we are going to do some inventory management once we finish up with this stuff. So this mod is a combination of a mod that I've played before called Skills Emphasis, which does a bunch of things. It changes up the enemy stats, it changes the way that skills work, and a variety of other things. And this one takes that mod and then it just like adds a bunch of different things to it. So it basically rescales things to be a bit harder. I'm on the True Nightmare mode thing, which, god damn it, I forgot to recast the thing. So I'm on True Nightmare mode, which means that all the enemies are 30% more powerful. But in addition, it also does a bunch of... It has changed up some of the maps, added some boss fights, and added like new classes to the game. So like Arc and Nasali are both Archangels, which is the derived version of the new Seraph class. Nilir is a Marabou Fetishist, which is based off the Shaman, and Ash is a Bloodlord, which is Blood Knight. There's been a new skill added called Mastery, and every class has a unique interaction with the Mastery. And that includes the original classes. A Mastery effect has been added for the originals as well. So the Mastery for Ashcore is basically Ashcore will basically drain his own HP to increase damage when he has high HP. And when he's low on HP, he gets passive lifesteal automatically. So he basically flips between those two. And I think also gains a bonus damage for all just... anytime, I think like every 2% of missing health will increase your damage by 1%. So when you get low on HP, you just do more damage by default as well. Seraphs have a bunch of different effects. Basically, all of their magic skills will increase their melee damage. So they do bonus melee damage with their attacks based off of the certain magic skills, And some of the other magic skills, instead of dealing bonus damage, will heal you. Not based off of damage dealt. God damn it. I knew that was going to come. I didn't fix it. Oh, shit. Wait. Okay. That was spooky. It's fine. We absolutely need to cast fucking... There we go. And yes, the itemization has been, like, fully changed up. So, in addition to the base stats of all the enchantments and stuff being changed, there's also the possibility of higher tier items dropping, that like higher tiers of enchantment that are basically like a multi-enchanted item. So it's like, okay, this has 2 enchantments instead of 1 enchantment. So that's an additional effect, in addition to the rescaling of all the enchantments based off of... Because all the stats are a bit different. Like, skills increase your stats by just more overall. And so everything's sort of rebalanced. I don't believe the enchant item spell can give you the like multi-enchantment properties. I was asking the developer, and I got the impression that the answer there was no. I think that the developer is thinking about doing some sort of weapon, some sort of item crafting system at some point, which I've heard a lot of people talk about doing, like, you know, crazy shit in their mods before in Might and Magic 6. And I often don't pay that close of attention because it's like, Might and Magic 6 feels like the kind of game that's fairly, like, hard-coded. And then when I play this mod, it makes me go, oh, actually, no, you can. The sky's the limit. You can do whatever the hell you want, actually. Yeah, you can definitely find better items than you're going to be making yourself in this. And to be fair, that's generally the case in vanilla as well. In Might and Magic 7, the best enchantments you're going to get are made by the player, not found, for armor. Yeah, I didn't realize how much you could do with, like, what Greyface had done. Like, Greyface behind the scenes has just kind of, like fully changed the entire dynamic of how people interact with this game. And it's very funny because it's like, it's hard to say that people underestimate Greyface's impact, because it's like people talk, every other word people say out of their mouth is Greyface when they're talking about my Magic 6. Despite the fact that Greyface gets quite a lot of credit, I think that it's still probably not, like, it's probably not high enough to think about just, like, how fucking crazy the stuff that, like, Greyface has been over the years. Like, I think part of it is just that, like, Greyface doesn't seem to talk much anywhere. Right? Like, I never see Greyface, like, talking. I just see Greyface doing shit. and it's just like, oh yeah. Here, I fixed this problem that existed. Oh, you know, here, I opened up this thing. And if you don't know what it is that, like, if you don't know what it is that it means, right? Like, if you don't know what the specific coding problem that's being referenced is, it's like, okay, well, I have no idea what it is that you fixed exactly. right? So presumably there's some update that did something. So like I don't think that there's not a big difference in the patch notes between an update that is like sort of a game changing, like, oh yeah, this allows you to basically do anything kind of change, versus like, oh yeah, you know, I slightly tweaked the way that this one oh my god, this is 55 fire resistance and 110 AC. This is just like a straight up upgrade here. Let's go. Okay. Whew, boy. I'm equipping this, I think. I'm not equipping this right now, actually. Actually, why not? Yeah, because I don't need the fire resistance right now. Yeah. Exactly, right? Like, mind-boggling, incredibly impressive. I'm very impressed with what Greyface has done, and I'm also like the stuff that has been done with this mod, I had no idea was possible to do, right? And you know, obviously, like the Greyface patch has made it, you know, so that you can do stuff, but like the sheer amount of like work that went into making something like this happen is like, I had no idea that like there was so much like of a dedicated modding scene for this game, and they were just kind of held back from being able to do it because like the game isn't that conducive to modding. Like, it's like the game was very unconducive to modding, but then once people get like the floodgates open for, yeah, you can technically do this thing, it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go completely nuts and make so much cool, crazy shit now. I'm very used to thinking about things within like very closed boxes, and having it just be like, yeah, you can do basically whatever the fuck you want now. Yeah, you know, Greyface knew. Greyface always knew. Just create an entire religion out of fucking Greyface. I'm actually gonna reload for this. I'm running out of resources. How many of these are there? There's only the one, so I just got really bad luck there. Oh, actually, no. I also have. Okay, that wasn't necessarily just bad luck. I also had. I didn't realize that it was going to wear off that fast. You, because the other things. Oh, I guess they have 9 hours left. We're fine. Okay. So once we finish up here, we will hopefully have a thing of light magic. That's the hope. Fuck. Too close to the others. When you only saw one pair of footprints in the sand, that was when Greyface was carrying you. Alright, let's see if we can not kill ourselves. Oh no! No! This is gonna make it much more hard to do. Okay, we're fine? Are we fine? We're fine. We're fine. Okay. It was out of range. Okay, this is fun. Ooh, disease and curse immunity. Let's go. Whew. But it's very fun. I'm glad that the community's been kind of just unleashed. Let's see. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna have like a whole revitalization of the light and magic community. I should get into some scripting. That's what I should do. I should make a script that makes it so that the druid quest just isn't completable. Just so that I stop worrying about it. I should make it so that there's like one day. You have exactly one day that you can do it for like a 2-hour window. Okay, this is a problem. Let's see. I think that I'm fairly. I don't know how good I would be at modding. I don't think that I would be very good at modding generally. The way that my mind works, I like to keep things that exist the way they are, and I like to make new things. I like doing both of those things. Modding is something that like I don't conceptually doesn't fit into the way that I interact with media very easily. But like that being said, I do say that, but I'm literally playing with a mod that I made for myself right now just to make the game slightly less casually racist. So like I guess it depends. Wow, we're gonna die. Turns out that Titans, they hit hard. Who would have thought? I think this is alone. Let's see. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I think that at times I probably underestimate my capacity for creative output. It's kind of like like Malekith was asking a while back, like if you were going to change like the combat balance of what would you do? And I was like, I don't know, because I like working within the system. And then like 3 seconds later, I'm going on a 10-minute diatribe of all the things that the very strong opinions I have about how I would design difficult encounters in my Magic 6. So, might be a Midwestern thing. Just the incompatibility with having admitting to having an opinion, but then still having a very strong opinion. Let's see here. Let's cast haste. I'm gonna try. The problem is that if I burn through this one, I'm gonna drag the others completely off the place. It's better from a rotational perspective to. Oh god. Alright, yeah, there's too many here for me to actually handle dealing with this one right now. I don't want to have to do work. Don't make me do work. I'm gonna have to do work. I'm gonna have to like actually rotate things and single pole and. No, don't do it. Don't make me single pole. Don't make me do the sensible stuff. Okay. Is this the tree they were at before that I... Yeah, it's like I'm not even trying to be diplomatic about it, right? Like I'm trying to be like helpful and useful, right? Like because someone's asking my opinion because they want my opinion, but it's just like internally there's this like, you know, immediate shutdown of like, you know, oh yeah, whatever opinion I have, I can't access that at this exact moment. I get there eventually. You just have to deal with like the monologue about how I don't have an opinion, and then immediately after that, you get the monologue of my actual opinion. Jeez. Well, that's really unfortunate. Let's see. Okay. Let's try this again. Nope, not there. Oh god, I'm gonna rotate you off the map. Do this the boring way. I say the boring way. I've enjoyed doing this for many years. I just feel like if I have the ability to brute force through so much, I always want to. Okay, are you far enough separated to be able to, I should be able to handle you? Because worst case scenario, I have 2 hitting me. Well, that's a problem. Ooh, worst case scenario, I get weakness while I'm just standing here doing nothing. And have 2 hitting on me. But we're not in that worst case scenario. We only have 1 hitting me, so we're all cool. Everything's chill. Okay, so recasting haste. Yeah, I don't even know how I played this game as a kid. Like, legitimately, I don't know. I eventually settled on playing without turn-based mode, probably because of the ADHD, honestly. But I think part of it was actually just the fact that, like, one of the things that happens when you go into turn-based mode is sometimes you go into turn-based mode and the enemies go first. So you just get blasted in the face with like a bunch of fireballs when you go into turn-based mode. So since that occasionally happens, I think I just developed a strong aversion to going into turn-based mode and just getting smacked in the face. So I think that's how I initially, you know, settled on. Wait, this guy's heading east. Why am I pushing you east? No. Oh god, you're in a much different place than I thought you were. Nice anniversary. Let's go. 69. 60 nice? Okay, we have way too many fucking... I didn't realize there were this many. Can I get one of you to rotate to a safer location, please? Just look how many fucking things there are in this pack. It's going pretty well. We're in Hermit's Isle. We're near the end of the game. We're not quite there yet. We're dealing with Titans. And they're doing their thing. Why don't we have protection from cold? I didn't forget to cast protection from cold, did I? Is that why the elementals were hitting me so hard? Okay. So we're getting some late game gear and some garbage like this. Okay, well, you know, it's not complete garbage, but it's mostly garbage. And we're now at the point where we've cleared most of this area, and now we have a gigantic pile of Titans in the center of this map to deal with, and I need to live with it, and it makes me sad. The other thing that I could do... No, I'm rotating you too far south. I need to rotate further north. The other ones I think are locked into the position they're in right now. Because yeah, we're not diving these successfully. There's way too many Supreme Titans in this pack. There's way too many Titans just generally in this pack. We would not be able to survive this, I don't think. Even if they weren't insta-giving us. So we're going to rotate this little one out, which doesn't really help us much at all. Little one, it's like 30 feet tall. Rotate you out. Okay. And we were getting punched by a Supreme there. The other thing that I could do that might be a good idea is... I could pop into the dungeon here and get that done. Just to give myself the opportunity to get some of my resources back and stuff like that. But let's try to rotate this one over too far. Let's try to rotate this one where we want it to be. If we can get one of these Supreme Titans out of the pack, that's going to be a big boon for us. So we need it to rotate onto the correct side of that little gap there. Oh god, way too far forward. Damn it. I need the other one to rotate and not the one on the left. Okay. Perfect. So we might be able to get both of these rotated out. If we get both of these rotated out and manage to kill both of them, that'll be a huge deal. So we're going to rotate this more. Yeah, I'm up for playing some Dark and Darker tonight. That could be fun. I'll need to I'll need to refine the link for the game and download it. But that sounds like a good time. We will die horribly and gloriously. What is the release like now? Like, how much stuff have they changed? Dark and Darker is like a God, it's almost like a... Holy shit! Death and Eradication Immunity and +5 levels is a pretty solid... That's a pretty solid pair of boots right there. Let's go. It's very useful for the exact situation that we're in right now, because Death and Eradication Immunity is going to make it so that the Titans can't just insta-give us, which is the primary problem that we're having with the Supreme Titans here. So it's like, it's very timely, but it's also, we need 4 copies of that. I don't know how rare it is. The effect didn't exist in the game until this mod was this mod. This mod created effects that I think are huge, which is basically for every status effect, there is a there's an item that gives you immunity to specifically two. Oh, you can just walk across. Oh, the timing on this is way easier than I thought. This is going to be way more chill. Okay. I can walk across the single tile of water. Let's see. So yeah, Dark and Darker is like it's like a mixture of like Mountain Blade combat mechanics, I believe, like similar to Mountain Blade, with basically like Fortnite style whatchamacallit? Like arena, like what you call it, battle royale type thing. Battle royale, like the movie, not the fighting style generally. That's so good. Okay, so we got 2 of those. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But unfortunately, the company ran into some problems where they're basically being like, as far as I can tell, like their former employer is trying to like, blackmail isn't quite the right word. Their former employer is basically trying to fuck them over, by basically saying that any skills that you learned while working for us belong to us, and you're not allowed to make video games. And that is almost literally the legal complaint, as far as I can tell. So it's there. Yeah, it's really bad. So as a result of that, they're no longer on Steam. And in order to, get access to them, you have to go through some other channels. But yeah, it's like a team of like developers who basically like left their job working for some apparently really horrible company. And I wouldn't have had an opinion on the company that they left until I saw the legal complaint that the company released. And it's really bad. Like, yeah. But it's, in addition, like, obviously, anything that you make while you're working for someone, if you didn't make it for the project that you're working on, if you made it for yourself, you can make stuff on your own time for yourself while you're working at another company. Oh, Jesus. That is so much damage. Oh, that was so much fucking damage. What the hell just hit Ash? -500? That must have been like a full damage hit. Yeah, and a lot of companies will try to claim that kind of work too, but that is pretty explicitly illegal in most countries. Like that's basically like that's unconscionable contracts. You can't make a contract that does that in most countries. In Korea, you can absolutely probably make a contract that does that because Korea is very pro-corporate. So it is. My understanding is that like the claims that they are making have no legal basis even in Korea, right? But it's the kind of thing that like it's harder to immediately discount it offhand because of how pro-corporate the legal structures are. Exactly, right? Like you can't contract your way into a slavery deal, right? Someone can't like sell their freedom to you, things like that. And there's a lot of things that are specific. But anyway, in this context, from what I recall, it was really egregious stuff. Like basically, they were like saying, "Oh, you're you're stealing assets from us." When they were both just like buying assets off of the Epic's game store, like off of like the Unreal Engine's store for generic assets, right? So it's like, oh, this fire asset you're using is too similar to ours, and both of us just happened to buy like the same fucking like it's like really crazy shit like that, where you're talking about like literally assets that you did not develop in-house and which you have no like you have no claim to, right? It's like anybody can use these assets. They're all over the place. So I don't even know what genre of games the company that they came from makes, But from my perspective, it was very much it felt like the kind of capitalist tirade that you see from like the really crazy people. Like the thing that the avocado toast guy came out with recently, where he was like saying that we needed to increase unemployment to like 50% and destroy the economy to get labor back in line. Like, it's that kind of like explicitly, I own you as a person. How dare you do something? How dare you have a life and exist outside of me? Kind of control shit that was kind of like the pretty much explicit like phrasing within the complaint and stuff. Yeah, like landlord vibes or like extremely abusive ex kind of stuff. 100 spell points. Let's go. Look, we got another fucking of darkness weapon. That's great. I mean, it's a bow, so I'm not even going to deign to pick it up. But hey, imagine if I got this on the Save the Queen run. Ooh. Let's see. Okay. I think after we've pulled these two and killed these two, I think at that point we might go into the actual dungeon for a bit. Because I'm getting kind of low on resources. So it might be in my best interest to do so. I'm going to just rotate over here. Okay. And we do have 2 people now who are fully immune to instant death, which is super cool. I went too close. That was recently. Wow, yeah. Okay, we're so low. We're so low on resources now. What am I doing? Why am I standing in range? Don't stand in range while healing. Stand outside of range while healing. Okay, there's a possibility that we get knocked out of the sky here, but hopefully it doesn't happen. Got a large shield. It's an unenchanted Olympian shield. That is a 70 AC shield. There we go. We have a boring trident. And we need to recast Hour of Power and recast... We'll recast Day of the Gods just because we have time for it. And let's recast Protection from Poison before I forget. Okay. So we now have several of the Supreme Titans rotated out of the pack. And we can try to grab these, I guess. There's so many of them in this section. Like, goddamn. Just seeing how many are here is mind-boggling. I could have easily gotten somebody killed there. Okay. I'm gonna try diving now. Oh, there's another one all the way back there. Okay, we got a Supreme Titan here. We're at the very edge of the map. So we can't go any further, which means that we need to rotate these in. But while we're rotating them in, we also have to be careful of... Yeah, I rotated that so far east. Okay. Luckily, it's still close enough to the map that I can rotate it back onto the map. But also, it's not as important because we do have the ability to get it back just by going into the dungeon. So Paradise Valley, it's very important that you not fuck anything up too badly. Here, it's less of a big deal. There we go. There we go. And there we go. That one's going to rotate this way. I'm going to try to get this one rotated out. You know, I have a bunch of goodies in my inventory. I should probably check some of the goodies in my inventory, right? I'm not actually far south enough. I might not be able to actually do the ones that I'm trying to do right now. I'm going to try to do this one. Like, if we can get some of the ones that are rotating clockwise out of here. Because I'm realizing that I am too far north, so they're just going to rotate off the map. And if I go any further south, then all of these are just going to plow into me. So... the goal right now is just to get this Supreme. If I can get any of the others alongside it, that's also fine. As long as I'm not getting, like, 6 of them all at the same time. Honestly, even if I get 6 of them, that's fine. Oh! Fly Warf. Let's see. Okay. I should probably check my inventory. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna go through our stuff and we're gonna see if we have any death and eradication immunity stuff. We're doing a tiny bit of the inventory check. I'm not seeing anything too crazy yet. Recovery ring, which isn't bad. I have recovery on something that is more important than a ring right now, so that is something that I could potentially swap it at some point. Okay, let's go ahead and just toss this out. Master Cutlass, Water Ring. Yep, it's mostly some hot garbage. Okay, so we unfortunately did not pick up anything too shiny earlier that we can use to make our lives dramatically easier at this stage. Let's go ahead and cast protection from electricity. It's a somewhat important spell. I'm not sure how many of these I can handle at once. Like if I rotate all 4 of these out, can I handle that? I'm gonna just go with yes. I have absolute faith in my ability to handle all things. And if I can get these rotated out a little bit more, we can get them away from that Supreme. And I don't think I'll be able to just dive that Supreme regardless, because there's too many that are just behind it. Just rotated in the thing. So I think I need to get you moved a bit further. I think we should be able to at least dive this one. So let's dive it. Wow, that is a lot of damage coming out. Those were some big hits. I don't think I'm quite close enough for that one to hit me yet. Okay, let's see if I can hit this without dying. Done. Okay, so that's 4 more cleared, which is a fairly big deal. And 2198 HP. Jeez. Wouldn't it be nice if I think I found like 3 of darkness weapons. Would it be nice if any of them were something that I could realistically use and benefit from? I'm going to try diving this. I think that I'm probably just going to die, because I think that I'm going to get hit by a Supreme on the backside. It's just going to fucking obliterate me, but... Oh! I am getting hit by a Supreme on the backside that's going to obliterate me, but the question is... Oh no, I didn't get hit by a Supreme that did the thing. I'm going to have to recast Guardian Angel, we're going to cast Raise Dead, and then we're going to just dive. Because one of the nice things of being here is that we are rotating this one further away from the pack. So it's a very good rotational spot for us. If I had been paying more attention, that wouldn't have happened. The death there was because I neglected to recast the spell. So save it up. Why am I getting so many? Oh, this is an actual proper notification. This is a message that I'm getting because somebody sent me a text message. Okay, well, I can ignore that for now. Let's see here. I don't need to read the text messages that people send me when they send them to me. Should I just dive you? This is a bad idea. We're going to do it. We're going to charge. Let's go. Just fully dive in. We're getting hit by 3 Supreme Titans. This is going to go great. Okay. Yeah, we do need to rotate this one out a bit more. If we want to do that one next. We could also go after these. I think I'm going to rotate this one a bit further first. I'm going to get you... to a position where I can just fight you solo. Okay, I'm not sure if I've rotated you far enough away to not make problems for me later. Okay, we're going to try this now. Oop, oop. Supreme Titan's dead. And luckily, when Ash gets hit with an instant death effect, the mana drain effect doesn't matter, because Ash doesn't have mana. It's so easy. This is why you let your fighters die. Because it doesn't matter if the fighters die. Okay. Okay. Are you close enough? don't even know if it's on the map right now. Okay. Wait, why am I letting my fear effect continue to exist? None of the enemies that I'm fighting can use fear. Alright. I'm gonna dive. I should not have dived. They're not on the map yet. I need to rotate them back. Need to rotate them west a little bit, which requires getting them north enough that I can comfortably do that. I'm concerned about getting tagged by the ones below me. So it looks like we might actually clear out this pack before we go into the dungeon. That seems to be the trend of behavior coming out for me. Oh shit, there's one behind me. Okay, and that is a Supreme. And it is rotating this direction, so... let's see here. We don't want it to rotate too far because it'll rotate completely off the map, and we've established that it's bad when they rotate off the map. I am going to dive this one, even though it makes my life harder with the other one. This is, I think, a highest tier spear of darkness. So give me just a second. Let's see. That's cure disease. Okay, go ahead and attack cure wounds on yourself as well. Cast power cure. Okay, we're gonna burn this down. And yes, I know I'm weak, but we're not gonna worry too much about that right now. Done. Okay, important thing is just getting the lifesteal out. In terms of enchantments, it's not a great combination of enchantments. It's mostly just SP increases, which are fairly weak enchantments to put on a weapon. However, it also does have of darkness, so that is a 10% reduction to recovery time overall, which is pretty solid. And it is also going to be giving us even more life drain. Now, it is on a target who doesn't necessarily benefit that greatly from that. I could hypothetically put that on Ash for potentially more gain. But I think I'm going to leave it on Nalira. So we have 2 lifesteal pieces of equipment right now, and both of them are on people... or on the same person who is the healer and spends a lot of time in combat not attacking at all. It's the only person who doesn't do their primary damage, doesn't like predominantly just press A every fight. Okay, so, interestingly enough, we now have access to the very bottom of this area. So we should hypothetically be able to clear out these 2. And then regardless of whether the others are rotating clockwise or anti-clockwise, we can pretty easily head over and burn through them. This is a dangerous way to handle this. We're taking some extra shots, and we're paying for it, as you can see. 7 HP, but still unconscious. Let's see. Anything else that we need to do? Oh, we need to recast haste. I didn't have haste active for the fight that I just did. How many Supremes do we have left? We actually have a pack of Hydras over there. That's huge. So the pack of Hydras we can actually use to regain our resources. Unfortunately, the positioning on it means that we're probably going to clear all of the Titans before that, which means that it probably won't be terribly relevant to us, but that's fine. No, I don't want to dive. If I dive, those get further east. I can try diving now. Ooh, we got a mace of magic. And we got a holy hand of infinite. What we're really looking for is something of darkness that has an elemental affix as well. That combination is potentially going to be really strong. It's also possible that swiftness effects will stack. I don't know if they do. It depends on how they calculate the thing. Because it used to be that swiftness only affected anything if it was on your main hand, I believe. It would depend on the weapon combo that you had, I guess. But I don't believe that's the case anymore. I think that it's been moved to a situation where it is it will work regardless of which weapon it's on. So I think if you have two weapons that both have the swiftness effect, I think they'll stack now. I'm not positive on that though. So okay. Sleep and unconsciousness immunity. Save the game. So we just cleared out another little pocket here. And we have the ability to rotate these wherever we want now. I think it might be... I'm gonna try diving this one. I think that one, yeah, that one is close enough to hit me if I'm fighting this. Take this one out. And then we can save it up. I'm going to cast a power cure. I'm actually just going to dive here and see what happens. Did that? Okay, it didn't wear off right as I was doing the thing. Yeah, I'm cheating. Don't you judge me. I could have kept going. I didn't need to reload for that. But I did, and there's nothing you could do to stop me. You and your little dog, too. Okay. So, Supreme Titan's down. Can I check if the effects stack? I can try. I'm not sure if I can right now. I'll have to see if I have two things that can be equipped that are both of darkness. Because you'd have to be able to dual wield off darkness things to check. And I don't know if I have an offhand of darkness. I don't think I have a darkness offhand. Because I have the sword that I got before, but that's two-hander. I have the spear. I think I got a staff of darkness earlier, but I don't think I have it anymore. This has swiftness, which would do the same thing. I could check with the swiftness item, but it's two-hander. So I don't think I have an offhand that I can do. Because if I did, I would have it equipped. If I had two of them, I would definitely have it. Because there's no offhand weapons that I would not currently be using. Alright, so let's take a look here. Anything else that we need to... It doesn't look like it. So we got some shiny stuff there. I'll definitely have to look through my inventory later to confirm whether any of it's going to be useful for me. For now, we just have a few more of these enemies to deal with, and then we have the chests to loot. So you are level what? Level 65. So that's good to know. I think I can just... well, there's no reason to dive you. There we go. Nailed it. Still have not recast haste. Where's Hades? Okay, put Hades back on. And we still have not found a ring that does what we want. We still haven't found a light magic ring. Oh? The electric resistance is nice, especially for where we are right now. It might be worth using. No, I don't think so. I'm guessing probably. I'm gonna leave this behind for now. Let's see. I should probably get rid of a crossbow instead of getting rid of the thing. Probably be useful. Let's see. Friend? Wasn't there another? Oh. Are they all dead? Okay, well, I guess we've cleared them all. Okay, so we've cleared out the Titans, and now we can move on to dealing with the other things. Yeah. Still haven't found a light magic ring. Which is kind of unfortunate. It doesn't make a huge difference, except it makes haste last longer, which I like. And let's save it up. Head in here. This is a 60 to 74 zone. Does it look like a place I'd want to be? Yes, it does. You love it here. There. Set out Cardinal buff. I'm not anticipating having too many troubles in here. I'm assuming that this area is going to be similar in the sense that it's probably going to be easier than it is outside in here. Wait, I let protection from magic wear off while I was fighting Titans. People. Okay. Oh, right. One of the YouTube commenters actually mentioned that I missed a room that you teleport to in that other dungeon. I need to make a note of that to myself so that I can actually go there at an appropriate time. I completely forgot about it. It was several days ago that I actually saw that comment. And I was like, oh, that explains it. I think I vaguely recall it, too. It's just such a weird location. Okay. All set. Fire beasts. We got some gongs. Altar of pain, altar cold, altar fire. I don't remember how these altars even work. I'm gonna get to the point where I can save before I touch any of the altars. Excuse me. Whoops. Well, it's a good thing the chests in here are easy to open. Because I just randomly opened a chest with Melira. I'm gonna recast. That is the elemental room. It's gonna be a whole pain in the ass. That room's gonna be a pain in my ass. Okay. So how much HP do you have? You have a max HP of like 1900 on the blues, which I think the blues are the second highest. Okay, these have 3000 HP. They're actually way stronger than I thought they were. Like, they don't seem that strong. But they are hitting pretty hard, and they do have a lot of HP to burn through. Is that demons? Yeah. Oh, excuse me, it's not demons, it's devils. Don't blood war me. Okay, this is... Oh, that's disease. Okay. So much money in here. Oh, devils. Nailed it. Ooh, it dropped a mace. It's poison. I don't know how easily I'm going to find a spot that I can actually save in here. This is actually a fairly dangerous room. I shouldn't have just dove in here. Wow, I just let my haste wear off in probably one of the more dangerous rooms in the entire dungeon. That's cool. Everything about this is chill. Okay. Luckily it happened toward the end of the fight. Also, the other thing is that normally weakness has a much bigger effect on me, because usually I'm life-stealing, whereas with this I'm just healing when I hit, which it sounds functionally similar, and it is for the most part. It's similar enough that I keep saying life-steal even though it's not technically life-stealing. But it's an important distinction because the... whatchamacallit? When I'm life-stealing, the damage that I deal is important. Whereas with my healing setup, it doesn't matter whether I'm hitting the enemy hard. All that matters is that I'm hitting them at all. So, like enemies with high resistance, enemies with... situations where like I've been weakened, etc., etc. Those situations don't matter as much for this strategy compared to like proper lifesteal strategy. I'm also less susceptible to certain types of burst damage than I would be with a standard lifesteal strat. The issue is that the damage scaling and the healing scaling are separate, which, you know, in what way is that an issue? That's fine, right? Well, it means that you can't just dive into one stat, one, you know, thing, and get, like, perfect results where it's like, okay, we're getting, well, I guess you can, technically. It's called attack speed. But generally speaking, you can't, just invest everything into a single, into just increasing your DPS and have that also increase your survivability. this is the safer way to handle it. It's also, but it is also a way that tends to scale less effectively overall because because of the fact that you have to actually invest into the healing itself, and how much can you invest into the healing itself and this other thing. I'm going to try just jumping across here, I think. No, I'm going to go over here. We're going to pop here, we're going to kill these. And is there a switch in here? Oh, I think the switch is in here, right? It's on the wall. Okay, we have a little over an hour. Just recast this. That's not great. Okay. Oh, we're already at the thing. That's cool. Oh, hello. How much HP do you have, Slicker? Because the answer to that question is now 0. Oops. 6 red. Okay. Okay. Oh, I still have cardinals on me. I should have been focusing these. They have more HP and they have they're more important to kill. Dark Containment. Okay, so that's the top tier darkness spell. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and grab this. What the hell just hit me? Earth spells. Spirit spells on a necklace. That's an interesting thing to have. Also gives 20 AC. Let's see. Toss this for now. Okay, did you all fall in the pit? No, but I'm going to. Well, I died. Okay, well, shit. I have to redo that whole thing because I just walked into the pit. Rough. That is so rough. I cannot believe I just did that to myself. Okay. Yep. Sad times. I'm actually going to kill these first. Okay. So now we're going to go dive into here. Oh, a bunch of fire elementals spawn when you do that. Interesting. So that's where they come from. Don't think any of them are going to be low enough. Okay, Slicker's down. Okay, Dark Containment. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to handle these. It looks like I got some of them rotated to that other room. That's too bad. Let's try... Okay. I think they should default to the height that I need them at. I should be able to just jump at them. The problem is that I don't want to fall in the pit. And I'm going to clear whatever's here before I move on. But now we can just go save. And then once I've saved, I think I am going to try to finish clearing that room first. Just clear out any of the elementals that are still in the room. Though it is tempting to just try to get them to rotate out of the room. Because it looks like some of them are rotating out of the room. Okay, those two are down. I could have rotated that fully out of the room there. Let's see. Let's get them in a corner. Done. Okay. I fucking nailed the timing on that so good. Just jump, they're directly above me, plow into them. Let's go. That was actually pretty cool. Okay. So we've dealt with those. I think we've dealt with all the stuff that we need to in that room for now. So let's go over to grab some more stuff. That room was actually one that I was particularly concerned about as well, because those elementals tend to cause problems for me. I need to get upstairs. I can't just... The Cardinals do hit too hard for me to want to try to lifesteal off of them without haste. This goes down here. Oh, you're still in this room. Okay, perfect. It is actually just standing on top of me, so... Please tell me it didn't fall all the way down. I think it fell all the way to the fucking floor. God damn it. I thought that it was over the platform and it would just fall on the platform, but it fell all the way into the lava, I think. Rough. Let's go. Plow through you. Oh, this is an identified base. Okay. We're doing on haste. We have an hour and 16 left. Recast haste. Let's see. Easy peasy. Da, 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 da. It's apparently 3 a.m. Okay. Da, da. Okay. Easy peasy. That's poison. Okay, so we need to go to a different level to get the other things. So, Wonder Mace Fire Resist and a belt. Da, 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 da. Okay. Empty, and then I'm gonna dive the Devil Warrior first. Good thing we got the para off early, because that thing did not want to die. Like, every enemy around it died before it did. Okay. So we're still yellow because of that thing. Is that in this room? Is it below me somewhere? Did that thing get stuck? How is this? So this side, I'm not in the green yet. So my guess is that there's something around here I'm missing. That might just be that up there, though. Okay, let's cast haste. Did you rotate off the map? This thing might have rotated off the map. Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs to the top level, I guess. We're in the green for pretty solid chunks of this now. So we might just have these packs left, and then the elemental that I need to track down in that middle room. Oh, there's a little door here. Okay. Oh, we're in the green again. Okay, so the fact that we're in the green again indicates to me that probably that elemental is the only one left. If I had to guess, I'd say it probably rotated off the map. But it might just be stuck under a bridge or something like that. So, pop over here. Oh. No, I'm fairly... yeah, that rotated off the map. You can tell it rotated off the map because I'm in the green right now. So the fact that I'm in the green indicates that it's no longer on the map. So we are going to... which is very nice and convenient. I'm glad that that's a mechanic that exists. Oh, no, that's... So over here is where we have a teleporter. And this teleporter goes to... which place? Before we do anything else, we're popping back in here. And we're going to... did I have this thing? Oh, right. I can take damage from falling. I completely forgot. Oopsie doopsie. So where are you? Wait, where are you? Where is this thing? It's rotating around. It's not hitting me. Are you above me? Where the fuck is this thing? What would be blocking its ability to hit me? Okay, it's in a room? Okay, it's in the it's in the bottom, it looks like. Alright, let's cast Featherfall so that we don't take a shit ton of damage again. There we go. Let's go. Perfect. So, that one's dead. We are now in the clear. I can try to dick around with the shrine things here if I want. We're not worthy. Reload, because these kinds of things tend to get screwed up if you do them. So this is shrine of water. I'm just gonna rotate through all these and try. Like, is this a puzzle that has an answer in here? Like, is it just written on a piece of paper? So air, not worthy. So we can go over here, I guess. Let's try Earth is here. Also not worthy. Don't really remember. Like, I think you're probably supposed to do it in like a specific order or something. Oh, maybe it's the order in here? No, it's not because I already got it. Try Trial by cold. Trial by fire. Altar of pain. Okay, I've done those. Is that what I needed? Oh, it only affects one person? So it looks like that did the job. Did I go? I didn't do this one. We're gonna give this to you. Okay. Lots of water. Okay, perfect. So we were able to get some resists into Nisali. I think that Nisali is kind of the optimal choice for that. Nisali has a pretty good amount of HP right now, and is the Nalira is the most optimal person for me to stack on, except for the fact that Nalira is already so tanky that I don't think that I need to. It's overkill to put it onto Nalira at this point. So we're going with Nisali instead. So that's done. We're going to save this, and we're going to save actually under Hermit done, because I believe we're fully done with Hermit. And we're going to go here. This leads us to here, which is not exactly where we want to go. But this does mean we can now get to Hermit's Isle. We don't need a teleporter to get to Hermit's Isle. So what we can do now is we can town portal. We can Lloyd's Beacon. And we're going to do this thing that was mentioned because I can. So I missed a pack in here, and I was like, oh, I think this pack might be spawning in the wall or something. And they're not spawning in the wall. They are spawning in a room that you get to via a teleportation that I had forgotten about. So, unfortunately, when you go a long time without playing things, sometimes you just forget stuff. And one of the things that I forgot is it this corridor? Yes. There we go. And actually, there's other ways I could have gotten here. I could have apparently... Wow, I could have just used the jump spell to get up here? Wow. Wow. There's like a whole section over here. What the fuck? Oh, that's very funny. So there's like a whole little mini section of the dungeon here that I missed. But it's okay because we've now tagged it. And we're all set. So what else do we have to do? Okay, so we're done with this now. This section, we're chill. We're gonna teleport back to Freehaven. It is Thursday. Thursday is not Sunday. And we are going to, I guess, talk to the Oracle and turn in this quest. I try, you know? I try. So we've got this turned in, and we can go talk to the Oracle now. Okay, so Underground and Dragon Sand. So that is our next thing. So now we need to get a control tomb, to that control cube, and we have a few levels that we've picked up now. Anything else that we have to do? I don't think so. I think that we are. Let's go level up, I guess. Do I want to level up? Yeah, I'll level up before I go to Dragon Sand. And we got to figure out what we're going to spend our levels on. Maybe I should invest this next level chain into just pure mastery. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with pure mastery. You're already at 10. Everybody gets. You only have 4. Let's get you to 10. And you... I think I'm just going to pump points into my weapons. I have 20 bodybuilding. I've got 2,000 max HP. Mastery is a stat that's been added for this mod that does a different thing for each character. So for Ashe, it will increase lifesteal when low on HP and increase damage dealt when high on HP. For these two, it will increase the amount of healing that they get when they hit enemies and the amount of damage they deal with their melee attacks. It does both of those things. And then for the shaman, it increases damage in complex ways. It does quite a lot on the shaman. The shaman is kind of complicated. Basically, the way the shaman works is that when they melee, they will have a bunch of different effects that happen, and on each point of mastery kind of boosts some of these effects. So every point in any magic school increases damage by 1. So it's 1.5 presumably with 10 mastery, and you also get 2 per point of mastery directly. So it just increases the base damage of Nilira's attacks for the most part, I believe. Yeah. So, yeah, the shaman has very cool mechanics. I'm really digging the shaman. These two are very cool, but they they don't do any damage. These days, their damage output is leaves a little bit to be desired, just a little bit. So we're gonna do a little bit of inventory management quick. Ashe, are you still in here? Let's see. We got spirit. Oh, I already saw this. We have another Earth magic ring because that's definitely what we needed. Spirit. Increased rate of recovery on all of our necklaces. Okay. I think. I think we're mostly ready for Dragon Sand. Let's go sell some stuff. And I don't think I'm going to do Dragon Sand today. Today is not the day for Dragon Sand. Tomorrow is possibly the day for Dragon Sand, but it is a Saturday, so there's a decent chance I'm not streaming tomorrow. But we should be able to... I think we'll be able to handle Dragon Sand. I don't know how scary the final dungeon is going to get. The base enemy types that are in there, I don't think would be a problem on this mod. We've already faced off with some of them. The Guardians were not that crazy. But this mod does tend to add boss fights and stuff like that, which could be pretty spooky. We'll just have to see. Let's see this. We'll just have to see. So this is. I should probably just sell all of the unenchanted stuff. It's hard to imagine me using too many like single enchants when I have as many double enchants as I have, but I can get. So crazy. This would be so good for Arc if I didn't want to use the shield. Should I just unequip the shield? Just go ham. I don't have any sword skill, so the answer is no. I invested heavily enough into sword that's a no-go. Sorry, I invested heavily enough into mace that's a no-go. Unfortunately. It's not really that unfortunate. I'm getting a lot of things that have increased spell points. It's very sad. Let's see. Direct spell point increases are not really that interesting for me. For my characters in my build, it's just not super impactful. Because most of the time when I'm running out of mana, it's because somebody got an instant death proc or an SP drain proc. Alright, so we have cleared out Hermit's Isle. That is a done bar location. And now we have just Dragon Sand and Sweetwater left. So next time we're going to be popping over to New Sorpigal. We're going to clear out Dragon Sand really quick. And then we will be popping over to... We're probably on a separate stream be doing Sweetwater. I find it a little bit hard to imagine that I'm going to have such an easy time in Dragon Sand that I'm just plowing through it. I'm going to go ahead and equip this right now. But yeah, so that's going to be it for right now. So thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure to stream for you today. And I hope to see you again next time when we will be coming pretty close to finishing up the game, but probably not actually finishing up the game. Later, folks.